Hello again, YouTuber, and welcome back to All the Words You Wrote. My name is MS.1, and last video we actually learned something new about Hijiri. That she is fluent in English, and even has more or less has her own little book club online. We discovered this by a real pure chance, more or less, that we were about to just go get her dinner, so her dinner plate, and all of a sudden she invited us into her room, where we saw an email on her computer, and yeah, the email was in English, so there we learned that she can speak and understand English. And then we learned some more about Sam, the person that she's communicating with there. But it seems like maybe we should got some work done also. So let's see what happens here. He announces that Saturday morning after stumbling into the living room. Okay, I'm guessing that this is maybe one or couple of days later, and not the same day as in last video. I was surprised when he peeled herself out of her blankets a few days prior to join me in the living room for breakfast. And that was 9 a.m. It's even earlier today, however. It's around 8 a.m. and I've yet to make a start on the morning meal. I didn't think Hijiri would be up for at least another hour. This is quite a surprise, as you see Hijiri's expression. Hijiri's skin looks silky, and there are bags under her eyes. She doesn't walk so much as shuffle to the table, where she flops herself down with all the grace and dignity of a ragdoll. Is she alright? The early morning greeting, it's all over, was more than a little unsettling. That's the sort of thing you expect a scientist to say after their poorly conceived creation made of stitched together human parts gains sentience and begins to slaughter innocents. Frankenstein. Are you alright, Hijiri? You're not sick, are you? Relief? And blink. Then did something good happen? That's better than the nightmare scenario I was running through my head. It's a relief to know that there's probably isn't a monster lurking in the forest, waiting to catch innocents unaware. But why then does Hijiri look so very wary? Hijiri assents with a nod. Oh, so that's what you meant. I nod with newfound understanding and smile. That really is good news. I'm glad to hear it. Although... Hijiri inclines her head askance. I am L4's #1 fan. That's a title I take with me to the grave. I want to... I want it etched onto my tombstone even. That's right. I adore L4 and this with every fiber of my being. I don't care who knows it. If my future partner can't accept it, then they know business being my partner. I don't think I could bring myself to date somebody who doesn't love L4 at least half as much as I do. I guess you stay single then. Ouch, that stings. I don't think that remark was necessary, but for the sake of my continued friendship with Hijiri, I pretend I didn't hear it. I can be the bigger woman, certainly. I am the taller one, though, where I have enough tact to keep that remark to myself. I really do love L4, and I'm hyped about the next volume. But Hijiri, I look her over, my brow furrowed. Hijiri is so tired she can't remain upright. She's slumped instead against the table, her chin resting upon it. She still looks pretty cute, despite or maybe because of her devastated state. But the bags under her eyes are rather alarming. She's reminding me an awful lot of a panda right now. Make that particularly diminutive depressed panda. You don't push yourself too hard, do you? Or did you? Define not much. In Japanese, please. Hijiri rolls her eyes towards the ceiling when emits in a small, begrudging voice. I beg your pardon? Yes, I mean no. I'm happy you came clean, but I'm not happy you pushed yourself so hard. It's no wonder you look like a zombie. You shouldn't pull all nighters, not even for L4's sake. It's not worth it. I do love elf forest. That's why I don't want its creator to burn itself out. You make yourself ill, you know, if you make habits of this. Hijiri rolls her eyes. Hijiri yawns, her eyes beaming with tears. You are definitely tired. I think you need to go to bed. I'll whip you up something fast. Then you can get some much needed shut-eye. Hijiri yawns again, her mouth opening wide enough to flash her molars. Hijiri's molars, like everything else about her, are very small and neatly formed. I think they're kind of cute as far as molars go. Whatever that is. Not that teeth are particularly adorable. It's teeth. No, why am I thinking so much weird stuff? I can make you pancakes if you want. Hijiri might have told his opinion, but I'm somewhat skeptical. She's so tired, she's having real difficulties keeping her eyes open. I'm afraid if I took her out to eat, she'd collapse face first in her pancakes. I'm sure Hijiri would look very cute covered in maple syrup. I doubt she gleaned much enjoyment from it. As far as I'm aware, Hijiri prefers her food in her mouth, not on her face. Are you sure you want to go out? You really do look exhausted. Like it isn't already. I guess that's a good point. How are you going to stay awake though? Hijiri stares me down as though I am an idiot. She might not be wrong in this assessment either. But at least I know humans are meant to sleep when it gets dark, unlike a certain someone. Why did Hijiri live on her own for all these years? Mind boggles. Now that's a surprise. Don't think Hijiri would care for coffee, given her fondness for things sweet. Do you like coffee, Hijiri? Hijiri snorts. Yeah, I figured as much. Hijiri doesn't even like red beans, for goodness sake. How would she even be able to tolerate coffee? I'm not sure if coffee is all that good for you, actually. I'm sure there have been some studies on that. But if you're sure that's what you want, I guess I can go along with it. I'm your friend too. I care about your well-being. But I guess you have been working pretty hard. Maybe it'd be cruel to deprive you of your pancakes. Hijiri raises unsteadily to her feet and looks down at me. Her slender arms were folded. No? Hijiri smiles. Thanks for that. I had initially planned upon arriving in the nearby town to take Hijiri to Petit Jardin. Eh? A new place? That isn't what happened. My eye was caught instead by the facade of a homey cafe situated a street away from Petit Jardin. The sign outside the cafe read proudly in large characters, "Moo Cafe." I never heard of a name before, and given how small the cafe is, I doubt it's part of a chain. I think it's an independently owned business. I wonder how long it's been around. I'm no detective, but based on the dated interior decor, I wager it's pretty old. Moo Cafe didn't make the best first impression, but something about it drew me in. Whatever this reason may be, I couldn't help but point it out to Hijiri. Have you ever been in here before? Hijiri shook her head in response. It further serves to kindle my curiosity. There's a bunch of Petit Jardins across Tokyo, but as far as I'm aware, there's only one Moo Cafe. Wanted to take a look inside, so I asked Hijiri if we could postpone our trip to Petit Jardin. Let's go inside. This place should have a coffee at the very least. And you never know, it could serve pancakes too. Indra was less keen on the idea. I don't think she likes trying new things. But after a bit of weeding on my part, I was able to convince her. Now we're inside Amu Cafe. Geez, the decor even is more dated than I thought it'd be. Got a pretty good look at its interior from the street, but up close I can see how scuffed the wooden floor is, and how scratched some of the old tables are. This place must be at least a couple of decades old, and that's being generous. The woman who came to greet us meanwhile must have more than a few decades on to her name. She's bubbly and effusive, bright pink hair, sweat on a natural, tied back in a ponytail. I can see a few lines around the edge of her eyes. If I had to guess her age, I'd say she's in her 40s, or maybe even her early 50s. It's a bit hard to tell given her bright smile. Wait a moment, miss or ma'am. I was wondering something. The woman takes a step back, her eyes widening with comic alarm. Oh jeez, this woman is giving me some serious puppy eyes. They're so big I could drown in them. If I wasn't planning to eat here before, I guess I am now. No matter what the menu's like, I wouldn't want to trample on this poor woman's dreams. No, that isn't it, miss or ma'am? I examined the front of a woman's shirt, but I can't find a name tag. How am I supposed to address her? I dicked her for a few more moments until she sheerly supplies an answer. Amu. Now, why does that sound so familiar? Because it's the name of a cafe, perhaps? Oh yeah, it's plastered right above the entrance of a cafe. Is that more like the name of a cafe? Oh, I see. That explains the mystery behind Amu Cafe's name. I had been wondering. Did your father start this cafe then? Amu ponders, one hand under her chin. Oh yeah, you're right. I was wondering if you have any menus. Want to see what's available. I think I already committed more or less, but not regardless. If you wouldn't mind. Bounces to a nearby table and grabs a menu. Once secured, she heads back to the door in double quick time and thrusts it in my general direction. Hijiri frowns. Amo laughs. She can indeed. Still smiling, Amo takes a step back. I'm glad she doesn't seem offended by Hijiri's icy demeanor. Hijiri really is harsh. I feel pretty sorry for Amo, who's trying to Donna and Donna has to make a sale. But Hijiri remains utterly unconcerned. She's scanning through the menu at her leisure, her expression impassive. Has she found something she likes? I peer at the menu too over Hijiri's shoulder. There's quite a lot of items on here, some of which come with photos. The photos are pretty grainy, like they were taken on an old Polaroid camera. And for all I know, maybe they were. This place feels like it's stuck in the 80s. And I wasn't even alive back then. The food sounds good enough though. This cafe seems to focus on traditional Japanese desserts, like amitsu and kinsoba. I doubt Hilde will be much of a fan of that, given her aversion to red beans. There are more Western-style desserts on here too. Like shortcake. It's enduringly popular, and we have a handful of breakfast items. They have waffles, omelettes, and oh, nice light up. They sell pancakes, Hijiri. Hijiri closes the menu with a soft thud when Codley meets Amo's eyes. Hijiri's concersion isn't the most enthusiastic. It's actually kind of damning. But Amon doesn't seem to care. Instead, she actually beams. Is it that what your pancakes are for? Amon leads Hijiri and I to a circular table by the window, which overlooks the street. We both sit down, while Amon continues her business spiel. I think I have milk tea and a cheese omelette. I like sweets as much as the next girl, but I prefer savory foods at breakfast. That must be my mother's doing. We always have rice and miso soup in the morning, without exceptions. Amon hurries off, leaving Hijiri and I to our own devices. I glance about the empty chairs and tables, my brow furrowed as far as I can tell. Hijiri and I are the only people here. As far as I can tell, Hijiri and I are the only people here. Sorry, didn't really see that. End there. We isn't even a bored teenager behind the counter, while reeling away their summer vacation, ready to welcome future customers in Amon's absence. This cafe mustn't be doing very well if they can't hire more members of staff. That would go a long ways to explaining its scuffed decor and old-fashioned menus. I lean back, my legs crossed, and glance at Hijiri. So, what do you think? This cafe, of course. You like it? No kidding. The local particular Dane wasn't exactly booming, but even that was a veritable hive of comments compared to this place. She was pretty pushy, wasn't she? When do presses her lips into a line. Hey, do you really think I'm annoying, Hijiri? Do you even need to ask? Hijiri glances away, her lips pursed together. Can't say I like her non-reply. How am I supposed to interrupt that silence? Interpret it, rather. Not interrupt, interpret it. You're dead? You did look pretty corpse-like this morning. But isn't that taking things a bit far? I mean, old books like Akutagawa stuff? Eh? Actually, I don't really understand that thing myself, so... Why should we act or see things like, oh, for is dead just to read a book? I wrinkle my nose. What's the point in doing that? Stories don't drop out of the sky. People write things for reasons, right? I see. Not heard of his theory before. I guess it might be interesting. Interesting to people who read a lot of books, but I don't like picking stories apart. Doesn't that suck the fun out of it? I get that, but doesn't that seem kind of loveless? Sounds like the kind of thing you do in a classroom. and pull a face. If you ask me, there's only one thing that matters when it comes to stories, and it's definitely not the themes. That's irrelevant. You should go without saying. I puffed my chest out proudly. I feel pretty good about this theory of mine. Put a lot of thought into this, like at least 5 seconds of it, and I think it's irrefutable. It's so cute the characters are, of course. But even I can say that doesn't really have anything to do with the actual story. And I don't really read books so either. He doesn't respond. She looks at me, eyes narrowed. Her expression even blanker than a snowfield. Maybe she's been stunned into silence by my genius. Stranger things have happened. That's right. Starting to warm to my topic. I continue more animated than before. That's why Elf Forest is so good. It's full of bursting of really cute girls. It's Luz and Cornelia and Vita and Astra, and they all have their own charms. Sure, but nobody compares to Princess Luluna. Luluna tries to sound serious when she's talking to the king and his his court, I guess. But in actuality, she's very shy and softly spoken. She has no interest in being the queen, and she's far rather support people from the shadows. She's earnest, considerate, and kind. And her character design is incredible. She's adorable. I could not fall for her. Hijiri replies after a brief pause. What is it? My love for Princess Luluna? Nope. Hijiri sighs. What's that? It's a bit over my head, I admit, but I think you look a bit more awake than you did earlier this morning. It's got to count for something, don't you think? Good. That should keep you wide-eyed and alert. Hijiri glowers at me. She's sitting bolt upright in her chair. I'm moving like a doll. She isn't even blinking. If it wasn't for her oversized tracksuit, she wouldn't look all that out of place in the window of an antique shop. I heard that, yes. A beam then glanced over my shoulder. Almost approaching us, a tray in her hands. Oh, it looks like our food is ready. Amos sets down our plates and cups, then bustles away with customary, let me know if you need anything. I think I'll move and examine my omelette. Looks pretty good, all golden brown and stuffed with cheese. It stopped with something and with ketchup. And there's a sprig of green parsley set on the side as a decoration. Hijiri's pancakes look similarly delicious, if not more so. Maybe the cook, whoever they are, felt obliged to work just a bit harder on Hijiri's food given her heighty attitude. The menu claimed there were 3 pancakes to stack, but I can count 5. They're thicker and fluffier than the ones from Petit Jardin, if such a thing is possible, and they're glazed with butter and sticky sweet syrup. The smell of the syrup is overwhelmingly sweet, though the bitter aroma of Hijiri's black coffee cuts through it. So, what's the verdict? Do these pancakes meet your lofty expectations? Same picture again. Hijiri sauced delicately into the topmost pancake of the stack. Golden brown syrup oozing down the side of the pancakes like a waterfall. It brings a piece of pancake to pursed lips and blows on it, before popping it into her mouth. I watch Hijiri as she chews diligently fingers curled about her fork. Sorry. Getting weirdly invested in this. I just want to see Hijiri smile. So I lean in expectedly once Hijiri has swallowed the bite-sized morsel of pancake. Do you like it? Hijiri observes me, long eyelashes fluttering. Her expression remains impassive for all of 5 seconds until she smiles. As good as the ones on Petite Gardane. Hijiri shakes her head. They are better than Petite. Not the one who made the pancakes, but my heart swells with happiness all the same. The smiling Hijiri makes for quite a treat. It's even sweeter than the syrup slashed all over her pancakes. As Hijiri eats, her once worn face lit up. I can't stop myself from smiling. I might have been tempted to believe that the offer was dead this morning when Hijiri stumbled into the living room, but I don't right now. Hijiri really comes to life thanks to these pancakes. Hijiri's eyes are still ringed with dark smudges. Sure, I think she need concealer, not carbs, to hide those. But the face is glowing. Don't know anything about literary theory or who coined the phrase "death of the author," but he is doing a pretty good job at disapproving that hypothesis. He's never looked more lively. I think that will be it for this video, so hope you liked it, and if you did so, leave a like to it as usual, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.